This meeting is being, okay, got it.
Yeah, say okay to that. Yeah. And I'll do a quick introduction for us and then we'll get going.
Okay.
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Those of you who are watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, hello and hello. It's Friday. So I'm really excited today to chat with Kirsten. She is a client, friend of mine through the Boost program. And this week we've been talking a lot in the group about self-care and making time every single day for self-care. And the Boost workouts in this workout program, we do 20-minute workouts every day as a way to take a little bit of time for ourselves and keep ourselves physically and mentally healthy. And so Kirsten's going to chat a little bit with us today about what this has looked like for her. So just a quick introduction. Tell us about yourself. You are a busy mom. Tell us about your family, what you do.
Yeah, my name's Kirsten. I am 40 years old, proud and 40. I'm a full-time working mom, so I'm a high school administrator. I have two beautiful daughters. I have my eldest daughter, Emma, who's going to be in first grade, and she's 6. Then I have my youngest daughter, 3, who's 3, Zoe. They keep us on our toes. We live in the Northwest where it rains a ton, so I love to get outside as much as possible. But my husband works full-time too, so we are always on the go, trying to fit in everything. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. And that's who I love to work with, busy moms who are otherwise like, I don't have time. I'm like, yes, you do. You just have to find it. So that's awesome. So thanks. And you have a daughter with Down syndrome, right? So
Yep.
That's awesome. Okay. So you've been doing the Boost program. You started in the beginning, right?
Yep. I started that trial in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the launch. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's about 7 months. So where I'd like to start is just rewind back to where you were when you started this and you heard about the opportunity to do these daily 20-minute workouts with me. Where were you at physically, mentally at that time?
So, not where I wanted to be. So before I had my kids, I worked out all the time, right? I worked out 5 days a week. I'd go to the gym. Like I loved it. I loved taking classes, did it all. Then Emma was born. Emma has some unique needs, right? So then all of a sudden didn't have as much time, went back to work. And then with my second daughter, I just could never really find the great time to work out. And so I was able to do it where I could work out twice a week, but it still wasn't what I wanted. So then when you put that plug in for the 20 minutes, is I was trying to find a way to get a good workout in that wasn't really long, that I could do more often. And the trickiest thing is I could never find something that was either A, short enough, or B, effective. And so when it first started, I was working out twice a week, but otherwise, and I walk a lot at work, but I wasn't where I wanted to be because I knew I was more stressed out, and I needed something more often. Did I miss something in that? I probably did.
No, that's great. That's great. So you were trying to be active, because I think there's a lot of moms that are like that. They have great intentions, used to be active, and but it's not quite enough, right? It's sort of sporadic. Yeah. Maybe there'll be an awesome week, and then it's like once a week. So you definitely felt like that wasn't enough for you. Where were you at physically? I mean, were you struggling with energy, struggling with weight?
So yes. So definitely for me, like I was already working on trying to lose weight. And so I was like being healthy and mindful in that part. But like when I was much more stressed and like overwhelmed, just my job is pretty stressful. My daughter started kindergarten this year. Remote, making sure her needs are being met, like whole other level of stress. So I think when I'm super stressed, I don't eat as well and I drink more. So there was definitely more wine being drank. And so like, even though I think I was doing kind of okay with my eating, I really wasn't losing at that point. I was just maintaining, and my body inches were not doing anything because I wasn't working out. So like, I definitely was way more stressed just mentally. And that was and the outpour of that was then I was drinking more, and eating more sweets. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I just shared all about my story with that because that's my story too. Like the sugar. When things are
Yes.
out of balance in my world, that's always the first thing. That's
Yep.
like a signal. And I learned, I learned instead of being upset with myself about cravings, I learned to like listen and realize this is my body telling me something is wrong and I need to figure out how to balance this. So yeah, that's great. Okay,
Well,
so you heard, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and the thing is if I'm working out, I don't eat crappy as much. So it's this whole little thing, right? So that's partly why I was like, I
Yeah,
know I
it's
have to
so
work out every day.
true.
Yeah.
If it's stress, if it's emotions that are a trigger, when you have that daily outlet of release, we all have these coping mechanisms, right? Our body has to handle stress some way. And either, we're going to eat something that's going to make us feel better right away, or we're going to exercise and get that same hormonal release, either way. And so it's kind of like, you got to choose what's going to be. And obviously exercise is the preferred way to do that. Okay. So you had been trying some inconsistent workouts, got started with the Boost program, daily 20-minute workouts. Did that feel intimidating to you, or like, did you question whether or not you would actually be able to do the 20 minutes every day? Or for you, was it just like, I'm doing this. This is going to be perfect.
No, I never thought I was going to have an issue doing the 20-minute workouts just because
Good.
it was pretty ingrained. It was just whether or not it was going to make a difference physically. I think that was me.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily was I willing to do it and would do it. It was whether it was actually, if I was going to get the rush that I like to feel when I work out in 20 minutes, and if it was going to change my body like I wanted it to.
Okay. And so what happened? You started, you did, I mean, you were super consistent.
Oh yeah, no, until I hurt myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that happened. So you started on the daily workouts. Tell us a little bit about your experience, like in the workouts. You'd been doing some workouts before. How were these different? How is it when you get into the workout?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're very doable. Like you never feel like it's not doable, which is nice. Like sometimes getting a workout, you're like, oh God, I can't do that next rep, or you get bored. I really like these because, the every 45 seconds, they're just changeable enough that you're not getting bored, but then also your muscles are tiring out. I think that's a good part. And like for me, I've always known I need to do more weight training and resistance training. And it's what I never do. I'd rather just do cardio.
Yeah. You
but
and
I know
like 9% of women, by the way.
yeah. I'm like, I hate weight training. Like I would literally every once in a while get in a good, I was like always bored. So I guess when I'm doing the workouts, yeah, I just kind of power through. I do it always early in the morning, partly because I'm a better person when I work out first thing. I'm just so I get up and I do it when my husband's asleep and my kids are asleep before I go to work around 5-ish. So it's just for me, it got in the habit where if for some reason I had to miss it, I never was as nice as a person as when I did my workout. But yeah, I mean, just doing them. I mean, I don't know.
That's great. And for anybody watching this who's like curious about what the workouts look like, we do interval training. It is a lot of strength training. And like you were saying, you didn't believe that 20 minutes was going to be effective. It was kind of like, I don't know. It is. And I've designed these specifically to get you the most bang for your buck, basically. And so the combination of strength training and interval training, where you're keeping the intensity up and there's not a ton of rest in there, it kind of ticks these two boxes where you're strengthening your muscles, you're getting your heart rate up, and that's what creates a lot of the results that you guys see. So that's awesome. And so what kind of impact you mentioned just like the emotional and the stress release, has this had an impact on your body? What ways has this changed things for you?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like I've lost weight and like lost inches. Like I really think it's always great if you eat like, right, you have to eat less, like, less calories in than output, right? But like my body really changed. Like I'll always remember my husband after a month was like, damn, your arms look good. I was like, thank you, honey. um because like the one thing I realized is that like when you do the arm workouts, like you're working kind of like all parts of your arms and your shoulders. And so I've definitely just gotten more toned and my body is just shrunk, if that makes sense. Like I've definitely lost weight and I've lost quite a bit of inches. I don't know how many because I didn't look at that recently and I didn't measure properly. So if you do this, you should do better with pictures and measurements. Would be like my note to self. But no, yeah,
And I'm getting better about making sure you guys do
yeah,
that. I didn't push that very
yeah,
much at the beginning, which looking back, I was like, shoot, mostly because I wanted you guys to focus in on the feeling, because
yeah,
that's really what's most important, I think, for most moms is just the stress relief,
yeah.
the staying healthy. But yeah, the
Well,
physical results are real.
yeah, and I would say like, I mean, so I went from like a size probably 14, 12 to like a 6'8", if that makes
Oh
sense
my
for like
gosh.
the inches. But yeah,
Yeah.
but like pound wise, like I don't remember how much pound was, but it really was just, it was amazing how much like, I think I gained just more muscle. I mean, it was pretty awesome. I didn't realize until I went to the store and they're like, no, you need a smaller size. And it's like, nah, I don't think I do. She was like, yeah, you do. And I was like, ah, but yeah, so
That's
inches.
amazing. Yeah. And your photos, you sent me a couple
Yeah.
photos, are just amazing, because that's exactly how it looks. It's just, you shrunk. You shrunk.
It's wrong.
And it's been like 7 months, and you have
Mhm.
worked really hard on your nutrition, which is a huge piece. And we talk about that some in the program, and you get coaching and support with that a little bit
Yeah.
too. So I don't want to discount the fact that it's just this, but this was the missing piece for you.
Mhm.
You were doing all those things and you needed that. And that's the beauty of strength training too. Like so many women, you do get stronger, and so many women tell me like, well, I don't want to bulk up. I don't want to bulk up. I'm like, no, like,
No.
what's happened to you is you've taken shape, right? You've got noticeable muscle, but it's not bulk. It has actually created this lean.
Yep.
And that's what muscle does for
Yep.
us, right? The muscle is what burns fuel. It's like the difference between driving a Honda Civic and driving a Ford F-150, right? You got this bigger machinery going on, and it's going to burn more fuel. It needs more fuel. And so
Mhm.
you can eat the same way and you start amping up your muscle, and then you're just going to naturally burn more
Yep.
fuel. That is amazing. So where do you think you would be right now if you had not started the boost workouts?
Probably still more stressed. And I probably wouldn't have like lost the inches because I don't think I would have found a way um to work out every day. Like, I mean, I guess I shared before, like I did Orange Theory. So Orange Theory, I do it 2 days a week, but it's like an hour and a half out of my day. And so I can never do it more than that. And it was great.
Yeah.
It's great workouts. I love it. I love it. Like, I'm not going to discredit that. But it's just in my life with 2 little kids and working, it just wasn't feasible. So I think if I wouldn't have done boost workouts, I would probably still be in this like, oh, I want to work out more, but I can't seem to do it. Kind of in that same little routine where I wasn't getting the stress relief. I wasn't losing inches where I wanted to. I'd probably just still be more frustrated because I'd want to work out more, but I wouldn't be able to find the time. And I had tried like different like 10-minute things, but just they never were good. I just didn't get a good, I didn't finish it feeling the endorphins that I normally finish, like when I do the 20-minute workouts or when I would do something more like a different style workout. I like that feeling. If I don't get it, I don't stick with it. So
Yeah.
I probably
And 20 minutes is magic. Like I researched this. I love science. I love learning. And 20 minutes is that number. 20 minutes of that high intensity is what it takes. They've done brain research and looked at the brain activation, and 20 minutes is what lights up your brain activity. It releases the hormones. So it's got to be 20 minutes. And yeah, and I do going back to what you said about Orange Theory, a lot of moms will say to me, well, I am active, I'm doing this like a couple times a week. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because honestly, like getting the consistency and the daily, even if it's shorter, it just makes such a big difference. And I used to be a person that was in the gym, and I was teaching classes and training, and I would have told people, yeah, like it's okay, get your workout in like 2-3 times a week. That's great. And this has just totally changed even my philosophy on what I recommend for people, because it's just the results that you guys have seen is so much more than somebody would see just doing a couple a week. So within the Boost program, we've got a bunch of different stuff that's going on, right? We've got like the group support, we've got recipes, we've got the challenges and all this different stuff. Can you speak to anything besides just the workout that has been helpful to you or made an impact with you?
I mean, I think the community of it, right? Like people kind of cheering each other on, like the Facebook group. I think like the community, like even, because that's one thing I always kind of enjoyed workout classes, because you're like a partner in crime with other people. And so that's been nice that, just the community of everyone kind of just even giving tips, like, when a mom posts, hey, this is me working out with my child. And you're like, yep, I get that. I'm right there with you, right? Like that kind of community shared purpose has been really great. I've enjoyed like some of the videos on different topics that you've done. Definitely stuff for like taking time for yourself. The nutrition piece, just because I have like my own dietary issues, has always been just a little tricky. But I still like, what are good pre and post workout foods, right? Like, how do you make sure that you have enough energy to fuel your workouts and fuel your body for the day? That's always been really helpful as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And so anybody who's watching, what we do is we have a once a month coaching session that is on a different topic. And I kind of hear what you guys are struggling with and dealing with, and I'll choose topics based on that. So sometimes it's about weight loss and nutrition, or like she said, how do I eat to support the workouts? Sometimes it's fitness based. And so you have that opportunity to learn and grow within the program as well.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I will actually say, I think the number one was the one on posture. My posture's gotten better. I still have to work on that. You've done some stuff on posture. That's probably the all-time favorite. If I remember. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. And that's the stuff that I love. I mean, it's all fine and good to like lose weight and change your body and all this stuff. But when it comes to our lives as moms, we've got to fast forward and think like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. What really matters is like, I want to be able to stand up. I want to be able to like do all these things with my kids. And those are the things that stop people, right? The back pain and the shoulder pain and all of that. So I very much take seriously like the longevity of the program. And so it's never just like, let's go crazy and just work as hard as we can for a few months and lose weight and yay. Like that's not me. That is not me. That's so cool. So we'll wrap this up. And the last thing that I want to ask you is if there's a mom watching right now who is thinking about starting the Boost workouts and isn't sure either about the investment or whether or not this is going to work for them, what would you say to that mom?
Just do it. I mean, I think I would say like, I think we sometimes get in our head too much as moms, right? And I think we always put everyone else first, but we have to take care of ourselves first so that we can take care of our kids. And if you are a mom with a kid with special needs, like that's even more so. Like I want to be healthy and be able to be around a long time and help my kids. So me taking care of myself for the 20 minutes a day, even though that might be like taking me away from something else to do with my family, it's so worth it. So I would just say do it first thing in the morning, because then you'll know you'll do it as well. So yeah, just do it.
Yeah, just get it out of the way. And eventually it's something that you look forward to, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Like you said, like, I need this. This is my time. This is not something I'm going to suffer through. Like, this is for mama.
Yep.
Yep. And that's my philosophy. That's why I named my business Oxygen Fitness Coaching, because of that oxygen mask principle, right? You put your oxygen mask on first so that you can be able to take care of everybody else. And fitness is a huge part of that. So I'm glad that you've caught that vision. Amazing. Well, Kirsten, thanks so much for taking some time to chat with me today and share your story. You are amazing. And this is not the end for you, right? You're going to keep going and
yep.
keep pushing forward. I love that. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing all the progress you continue to make. And have an awesome Friday.
You too.
All right, you guys that are watching, if you have questions about the Boost program, I'm going to send an email out and post today. We're doing a special summer sale if you want to jump in and try this out. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And please message me with any questions because I'm here for you guys. I'm cheering you on. All right. See ya.